last week, a U.S. congressional delegation went to Taiwan. Third one this year.
Yeah.
And that's pretty incredible to considering how that wasn't even a thing. Like, remember when at the end of the Trump administration, Alex Azar, the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, went to Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a huge deal. I mean, congressional delegations have gone to Taiwan before, but there hadn't been one for, I mean, I cannot remember any high-profile ones during the Obama administration.
Right. But even a congressional delegation is like Congress people are independent from the executive branch,
Right.
from the president.
So sending Alex Azar was a big deal because it was executive branch, and that hadn't been done since, I think, since we switched recognition from Taiwan to the U.S. To China. But
I think that is a difference the Chinese Communist Party appreciates. Like they study our system very well to understand what we're doing. So I think that it's not lost on them that like, oh, this is both the legislative branch and the
executive.
Thank you.
Words are hard, especially after Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Or pre-Thanksgiving. But yeah, so this was a delegation, it was bipartisan, 5 Congress people went, and they met with Tsai Ing-wen. They went to talk about semiconductor chips. Well, I mean, that's a big thing that's going to be affecting the world.
Yeah, and this week also, China was like saying, hey, the U.S. is making a big mistake by inviting Taiwan to the first ever Summit for Democracy. This is something the Biden administration is doing, a first of its kind. And they're inviting Taiwan, but not China.
But China has the best democracy.
That's right. Well, I mean, that's really why Biden is holding this, because he's jealous.
Oh, man. But I think that was a good move from the U.S. to invite Taiwan.
Yeah, I mean that sends a pretty clear signal. It's also great because China's making all of these, noises, and the U.S. media is like, oh, it angered China. Everything is always about angering China, and at the end of the day, what's going to happen? They're not going to do anything. We can support Taiwan, and we're not going to face repercussions because the Chinese Communist Party isn't that powerful. Only when we give them power. Like when stupid Blackwater makes the...
You mean BlackRock?
Yeah, BlackRock. Is there a Blackwater?
Yeah, Blackwater is the military. It's those mercenaries.
It's a military private, but it's no longer called that, by the way.
Also, a fantastic cartoon show when I was a kid.
Oh.
Pirates of Darkwater.
Darkwater. So now it's Darkwater, but you're actually talking about Blackstone.
BlackRock.
Oh my gosh!
There's also a Blackstone.
No,
that's the other one.
Yeah, no, it's the point was that I think China is being propped up by American investment companies such as that one.
Larry Fink.
Larry Fink.
Yes, he's the CEO of BlackRock. Yeah, not just Larry Fink though. What was that hedge fund? Bridgewater. Maybe this is what you were thinking of. Ray Dalio.
What's with these people and these words? They seem to have a very narrow...
BlackRock, Bridgewater.
They just come up with names that don't mean a whole lot.
But it sounds strong.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Strong Fist.
Strong Fist Investments. That's what you're going to go with? That's more the mercenary.
Yeah.
How about Iron
Nobody's
Fist?
fists like us.
How about Iron Fist Investments? We love authoritarians.
Yeah.
At any rate.
And their partner, Velvet Glove, LLC.
I like that. Where do they find the Velvet Gold Mine?
Okay.
David Bowie song.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song was only made 5 years ago.
Ain't that the truth?
Anyway, so Bridgewater opening up its largest China fund, BlackRock saying, buy more China stocks.
Mm-hmm.
Also triple your investments in China. Yeah, the JP Morgan CEO, Jamie Dimon, had made this joke. It was barely a joke. about how JP Morgan, the Chinese Communist Party, just celebrated their 100th anniversary, and so did JP Morgan. He bets that JP Morgan will outlast the Communist Party. And then he had to take that back.
Well, he also said, didn't he also say, like, that's a joke I can't make in China. They're probably listening anyway.
Yeah, because they'd be listening. And then, whoops, then he was like, that was a mistake for me to make that joke.
Wow, story of my life.
It was like Jamie Dimon briefly had a backbone, and then he lost it again.
Backbones doesn't make you money. Yeah, well, actually, I guess if you could manufacture and sell backbones, there might be a business in that. Iron Fist Investments.
Don't give Chinese state-run hospitals any ideas, Chris.
No.
All right. Well, on that lovely note.
Well, I think that basically this is the next thing that we have to stand up to China economically.
Yeah, which is going to have to require Wall Street or investors to just really understand that it is not a good investment to put your money into an authoritarian regime. Like it'll probably have to take like Evergrande going bankrupt or some kind of bubble bursting that like causes a lot of global economic pain. I think that'll have to happen first before these, Blackstone rock waters are like, hey, okay, we're actually...
I don't know, because I would say if there's a huge economic downturn in China, that's a chance to buy low, and then later you can sell high.
No, I mean, it has to, like, globally, like, devastation.
Yeah, that's not what anyone wants to happen. I mean, maybe they can just wise up before that happens.
Oh, I do. I want it to happen. I'm an accelerationist now. I learned this word on the internet.
Oh, no. Stop going on the internet.
There's a lot of good ideas on the internet. Let me tell you some of them over at Thanksgiving dinner.
Episode of China Unscripted.
So anyways, there's this cabal.
Stop.